Good afternoon, folks, from North St. Paul, where the Storm are taking on Mahtomedi this afternoon. Mahtomedi is a suburb just north of St. Paul, just north of the city, northwest. And this will be a non-district game for the Storm, so we'll not count on their district record. Last non-district game of the year, as they will finish out the season with 2 games in district play and then move into the district tournament the week after next. Storm are coming off of a loss last night to Delano, out in Delano. They lost that match last night 5-1. We're really not in the game. Got a late second period goal, but that was the only thing they could muster against a second place Delano team who certainly did not appear to be unbeatable by any means. Storm will actually play them again on Wednesday, and we'll hope to have a better outing the second time around. But today they face a very good Mahtomedi team. This Mahtomedi team is ranked, I think they were either 5th or 6th in the state. They come in with a record of somewhere around 30-6, I think. I don't remember exactly, but certainly be a tough test for the Storm. They'll have to play physical, connect on passes, which they didn't do yesterday. But certainly a winnable game if they play well. So teams have finished their warm-ups and are heading to the benches, and we will be underway here in a second. Not the best vantage point for video here, but I'll do my best. This is a rather small rink with only stands on one side that are only 5 rows deep, and so you also have to look around beams in order to see some of the play here. Puck controlled by the Storm here. Here's an outlet to George Lego. George is going to chip it in. George loses control. Back comes Mahtomedi, but this is knocked down and knocked into the zone, so that'll be an offsides on the Storm. Stoppage of play, and we'll get a fresh set of skaters out here as Tyson comes in to take the face-off. Tyson's got Colin Moose and Archer Reardon with him on the front line. Anchoring the D is Beck and Griffin O'Melia. Now here's Archie. Archie gets it into the zone, knocks it off of Colin Moose, and Colin skates behind the net. Circles around, he gets taken down though. That one's deflected, dumped into the zone by Mahtomedi, and they get a line change. Here's Griffin picking the puck out of from behind the net now, Ben Score. Mahtomedi retreats back. Now they bring it into the zone. There's a shot that's up over the net. George lets it go. George T1 Ortiz in goal today after the outing by Ben Just last night. Now here's an outlet to Ben Score. Ben Loose puck picked up by James and sent in as Collins chases it, but they both skate past the puck. Storm so far managing to not let Mahtomedi get into any kind of rhythm. There's Colin with it. He's going to just get across the red line and dump it as he goes off for a change. Now this one's kept in by Will Marsh. Will skates in. He's got a shot. Oh, he sends it in. Oh, and beautiful feed to George, and nice play by the Mahtomedi goalie as Storm had a nice scoring opportunity right there. Will to George Lego. Back with it. Nice pass up to Will Marsh. Will shovels it in. Storm so far doing a good job of controlling the offensive zone here. Now here's Jackson with it, but he couldn't get a shot away. Will Marsh has to pull back, but George now dumps it in. He gets sent into the boards. Job to poke that one away by James. Now here comes Will Marsh. Will dumps it into the corner. Chases it in. Stick goes flying, but Archie picks up the loose stick. Now Colin moves. Comes to Tyson. Tyson kicks it ahead. Centered out. Oh, and there's that was off a pad, goalie pad. Now looks like the goal has come off. Another opportunity for the Storm there as they're pressuring the offensive zone here very nicely. Colin O'Day comes in on the faceoff. Sends it to the boards. This comes out to Cam. Cam fires one. Oh, and that was deflected and almost into the net. Now Colin picks up the loose puck behind the net. He reverses it around. Oh, another beautiful feed by Colin over to Otto, but Otto just couldn't get anything on it. Storm doing a great job in the offensive zone. Looking much, much better than last night. They're actually connecting on their passes and keeping control of the puck. Mahtomedi has not put any kind of threat yet. Now here's Will Marsh. Will skates it up, gets around his man, centers it out there, but that's taken by Mahtomedi. Puck goes down into the corner. Apologize for the lack of view there, but not a whole lot we can do in this rink the way it's laid out. And that should be a triple goal. That's no call as Jackson went down on the trip. George trying to wrestle this one away. Still stuck along the boards. Tyson and George in there. No one can seem to break it loose. Now comes out to Beck. Nice job by Beck to keep that one in the offensive zone. chipped into the zone, but Mahtomedi comes right back. Storm doing a good job getting their stick on things, is able to just knock passes away from Mahtomedi, and Mahtomedi has not been able to get anything going as a result. Uh-oh. Yeah. And Mahtomedi picks up the loose puck and puts it in the net as Storm just couldn't get it out of their zone, and one little mistake, and it results in a goal by Mahtomedi. So they now have a 1-0 lead here with 8:33 left in this opening period. Colin O'Day on the face-off. Storm win it. He's back with it. Back trying to get it out of there. Colin. It's going to be offsides on Mahtomedi as that came back into their zone. This one heads into the Storm zone as Ben Score chases down. Here's Colin with it. Colin sends it back down in deep. Here comes Mahtomedi. They got a nice save by George as they had a 2-on-1, but George able to smother that one. So we'll have an offensive zone face-off for Mahtomedi here. Comes back. They've got another 2-on-1 here. Nice save by George as he blockers that one away. And this one's going to go all the way down. George trying to wrestle it out. George is going to get called for the trip as he got his stick tangled up, and now Mahtomedi will go in the power play. So Storm down a man here for the next 2 minutes. 7:06 left in the first. Colin trying to wrestle that one away. Tries to get it out, but he can't now. Beck can't get it out of the zone now. Colin does. Storm stay on sides there. They're able to knock back down. 1:09 left here in the penalty. Poked away briefly, now knocked out of the zone by nice job by Ben Score to send that one all the way down, and no icing as that one didn't even make it to the end line. So back comes Mahtomedi now. That's poked away, sent back out. 37 seconds left on the penalty. icing on Mahtomedi. So nice job by the Storm to kill this penalty off. 31 seconds left. And the penalty to George. Will Marsh wins the faceoff, comes to Griffin. Griffin sends one in. Pad saved by Mahtomedi. Yeah, Griffin sends it back in. Stormer offsides though as Will Marsh was still in the zone, so have a stoppage of play, but 18 seconds left now in the penalty to George Lego. Job by the Storm to kill this penalty off. Both teams back at full strength now as George comes out of the box. And that one comes to the net, but George covers it. So 4:56 left here in this opening period. Storm down 1-0 on a mid-period goal by Mahtomedi. Storm have looked good though, playing much better than they did last night. Mahtomedi gets into the slot. Can't leave him in the slot with a puck like that, and Storm now eventually able to get it out of the zone. Mahtomedi in a line change, but Storm couldn't wrestle away now. Here's Ben Scory with it. He gets it out of the zone, but it comes right to Mahtomedi. Collin outlets to Otto. Otto skates it in. Otto gets a shot. Rebounds out, but now Collin tries to get a shot away, but knocked off of his stick. Now Ben Scory comes in, picks it up behind the net, centers it out there, but it comes to Mahtomedi. Now this one's out to the point to Griffin. He sends it back in. Griffin behind the net. He sends it around. And kept in by Mahtomedi as George couldn't get it out of the zone. Now here's Beck with it. This one comes out. Here's Jackson trying to chase it down. Now brought into the zone by Will Marsh. Controlled by Mahtomedi. No, now Will Marsh comes, picks it up again. He sends one in. Saved by Mahtomedi. There's Cam with it in the corner. 1:30 left in the period. Much better job passing today. Now here's Will Marsh as he brings it in. Sends it across. Now it comes out to James. James fires one that's wide of the net. Kept in by Cam nicely. Man, there's one. Sent toward George. He pops it up in the air and fumbles it for a second, but able to then eventually cover it. So 55.7 seconds left here in this opening period. 1-0 Mahtomedi. Storm playing well though. Hoping to get that tying goal here. There's Beck. Sends it up to Archie. Nice job by Archie, but he sends it a little too far for Colin Moose. Now here's Mahtomedi. They got a 2-on-1. Oh, nice save by George. Storm doing a great job on defense. Now Beck goes down and it comes out of the zone though, and Mahtomedi has to retreat. 3 seconds left, so that'll pretty much do it for the period. So we'll end the first period here with a score: Mahtomedi 1, Minneapolis 0. They're not tracking shots on goal here, but I'd be willing to bet the Storm are ahead on shots on goal. They've really done a nice job in their offensive zone. They've been able to hold the offensive zone much better than they did last night, and then really getting on pucks and being aggressive in the defensive zone as well. Just one little mistake to let the puck loose in the slot and cost him a goal, but aside from that, they played a very good first period. See if they can rally here and get a tying goal here in the second. So Storm going left to right now as Colin O'Day, Otto Hutchins, and Ben Score are going to start on the front line for the second period. James Meyer and Cam Adair anchoring the D. Colin eventually controls the face-off, but it comes to Mahtomedi. Now Ben chips it in. Sends that back over to Otto along the back wall. Oh, and it's Ben Score was trying to get it out to Colin, who was sitting right in front of the net. Now, oh, and there's a backhand by Otto, but that is deflected high into the air. one wrestled away by Colin. Gets it up to George. George chips it into the zone. Now Jackson Gaston comes in to try to wrestle it away. Nice job by Will Marsh to knock that one away. Now Will Marsh has one. Oh, and he fires one goal. He didn't lost that one completely, but there's a shot deflected into the back wall. Centering pass is knocked away by Beck. There's a shot blockered away by George. Will Marsh picks up the loose puck, sends it over to the other side, but that's sent right back in by Mahtomedi. Griffin. Will Marsh over to Griffin. Now here is George Lego. George can't get it out of there now. Griffin again is going to try to throw it up into the air. Eventually chipped out of there by Will Marsh, but Mahtomedi controls it. Back they come. They got an opportunity here. Oh, nice save by George. Circling the net, they try a wraparound, but that's poked away. It's Tyson, he gets it out of the zone. This one's gonna roll all the way down, but picked up by Mahtomedi. Oh, and there's a stretch pass that just misses, fortunately for the Storm. Actually, they were offsides on that, so we will come back down for a offensive zone face-off for the Storm. On the face-off. He wins it back to James. James steps in, he fires one, but that doesn't get through. That's kept in by James. Now Ben Score with it. Ben sends it to the net. Colin picks it up, sends it right back out. Oh! Ben Score with an opportunity there, but couldn't get it toward the net. James chases this down, sends it around. Nice job. Connecting on passes and knocking pucks away in the defensive zone. And Beck gets that one out of there. Will Marsh tries to make a play for it, but Mahtomedi is able to knock it away. Now George knocks this back into the zone. Will Marsh keeps it in. Oh, Jackson sends it out. And there's a shot by Griffin that is saved by Mahtomedi. Storm again keeping the pressure on here, keeping it alive in their offensive zone. Here's Jackson battling along the boards. Mahtomedi comes away with it, but kept in nicely by Beck. As he guards the wall now, it comes out. Griffin's able to get there first and skate away with it. Now, Will Marsh knocks this out of the zone, but Mahtomedi is going to bring it right back in. Storm not letting them get in cleanly into the offensive zone, which is really helping out here. That one's sent toward the net, but George is there to scoop that one up easily. So 8:41 left here in the second period. Still 1-0 Mahtomedi. No scoring yet here in the second period. Tyson gets this out of the zone. Oh, he almost got it over to Archie, but Archie couldn't handle it. This one's brought in by Tyson. Now over to Archie. Archie maneuvers. Oh, nice shot by Colin Moose, but goalie there to stop that one. This is a pretty good goalie. You're going to have to make him lean one way and catch the corners of the net to get one past this guy. Here's a shot by Cam that is knocked down. Now we're going to have penalty on somebody. That's going to be on penalty on the Storm as Otto sent his man into the board, assuming that's going to be on Otto. So Otto's going to get called on the, I believe that was a cross check or boarding or something. They called him on. I didn't see it. I heard it. But Storm will be down a man now as Mahtomedi goes on the power play. Storm trying to figure out who they're going to have out there for their penalty goes out. They're going to get two of them. So they got both, it looks like George and Otto in the box. So it's going to be, okay, so they must have called a major on Otto, so, which is why George is in the box. But it is 5-on-4. Shot, that one misses the net. Mahtomedi circling. Now that one goes up into the netting, so we'll have a stoppage of play. So 1:18 left now in the penalty to the Storm. 6:53 left in the second period. Colin on the face-off. That one comes to Cam. Oh, backhand shot and another shot. Saved by George. Well, 1 minute left on the penalty. There's a shot at George. Easy save by him. He gets a pad on it. Colin deflects that one. Now this one comes out of the zone, so Colin wrestles it away and is able to knock it into the Mahtomedi zone, so that'll help kill off a lot of the penalty. Now back comes Mahtomedi though. 23 seconds left on the penalty. So far, Storm did a great job killing this one off. But not out of the woods yet as 10 seconds left. Here's a shot. That one's kicked away by Will Marsh, so that'll do it for the penalty. As Storm are now back at full strength. George comes out of the box. And that'll be an icing on Mahtomedi, so Storm will have an offensive zone face-off now. Here's Will Marsh on the face-off. Will sends it toward the boards. And that one is, oh, that should have been an offsides, but Storm got away with one there. As that one came out and went right back in, but no call by the officials, so the Storm will take it as they're able to keep it in their offensive zone. Now James keeps it in, sends it back around. George goes in behind the net to try to wrestle it away. Now Will Marsh backhands it. Now eventually George comes away with it. Now Will Marsh with it. He's going to send it back down in. Will Marsh, oh, and he just flips a little too far. This one's sent all the way down, and that is going to be icing if it gets there. Yes, it does. Puck was rolling on its side and actually changed directions, which benefited the Storm a little bit as that was headed right toward the goal. But it missed and made it to the back line, so it'll be a nice and offensive zone face-off for Tyson. And they blow that one dead. I'm going to do it again. Tyson, Archie, and Colin moves. There's a shot by Tyson. Goes just a little wide. Kept in the zone now. Still in the zone, but now. And wrestled away again, and back into the zone it comes. Here comes Archie to chase it down. He's going to just chip it down in. Archie centered that one out nicely, but no one there to catch up to it. This one comes across the goalie's face, but chased down eventually by Griffin. Now this one comes all the way out. Sends this back the other way, but now back comes Mahtomedi. There's a shot pad save. Oh, another shot, but that one missed. And an attempt at a slap shot that doesn't work. And here's Colin with it. He outlets to George. George sends it across to Archie, but Archie couldn't control it. That one stays in the zone. Colin sends it right toward the net, and the goalie has to stop that one. But now this one comes all the way out. George is going to have to swat that one away, but comes to Cam. Now Colin moves. Colin brings it into the zone, but now he loses the handle on it. Colin moves, dumps it in the corner. Colin O'Day chases. Now Colin comes up with a loose puck, gets it right out front, but that was a bouncing puck. Now back comes Mahtomedi. They got a 2-on-1. Nice save by George as he kicks that one away. Now sent a nice pass right out front into the slot, but it was a sort of a bouncing puck, and Colin Moose couldn't get a stick to control it, unfortunately. But another opportunity for the Storm. So, icing call, and we'll come back down for an offensive zone faceoff for the Storm with 1:35 left here in the second period. Still a one-goal game. Mahtomedi on a first period goal. Will Marsh wrestles this away. And there's a goal by Mahtomedi. Nice feed by the Mahtomedi player to find the open net, and that'll now make it 2-0 here with 1:08 left in the second period. Will Marsh on the faceoff, comes to James. Now up to George. George sends it in. Cam fires one. Oh, George with a nice little backhand, but the goalie was ready for that one. That one's blocked now, taken by Jackson. Jackson gets stoned. He's got George with him. Oh, George gets it in there. So Storm earned one back on a goal. Nice play there between Jackson and George. A beautiful pass from Jackson over to George, and George got enough on it to, goalie was able to connect with it, but it squirted in there. Tyson brings it into the zone. He takes a swat at it and goes high in the air. And that'll be the end of the second period. So Storm got a goal back on that one. They gave up a goal in that period, but earned one back, and so it's still a one-goal game. As we head into this third period, looks like we're going to have a resurface here. Yeah, we are. We're going to have a resurface here, so we'll take a little bit of a break here as they come in and clean the ice, and Storm will go off and strategize for their third period here. So with that, we will be back in 15. Okay, we are back here. Zamboni has done its thing, and teams are coming back out on the ice here for this third period. So Storm trailing in this one 2-1. Mahtomedi got a first period goal to make it 1-0 after one, and then the second period both teams scored. The Mahtomedi actually scored to make it 2-0, but then just a few moments later, George Lego scored for the Storm to make it 2-1. Which is where we stand now coming into this third period. So very winnable game for the Storm if they can continue to play like they're playing. They have, I would say, outplayed Mahtomedi so far, but just not as fortunate to get one in the net. But if they keep the pressure on, eventually the lid will come off that net, and that one's a little too far. Now Jackson gets it, but he sends it over into the other corner as George couldn't quite pick it up. Still in the Storm offensive zone as now George wrestled it away, but that comes to Mahtomedi. They still can't get it out though, as George and Will Marsh are doing their best to bother Mahtomedi. Now sent back in by Will Marsh as there's a pass that goes to Mahtomedi. Now they get it into the zone, but that's taken away by Tyson. Now Tyson chips it ahead. And that's going to be offsides as Archie knocks it into the zone when Tyson was still there. Here's Tyson on the faceoff just outside the Storm offensive zone. Comes back to Mahtomedi. Oh, Archie trying to wrestle this one away. And Tyson does. Tyson gets a stick on it. Now, here's Beck with it. Beck sends it back down in. Archie. Oh, sent nicely into the center nicely, but now here's that was Griffin trying to make a play for a goal there, but now Mahtomedi trying to break it out, and they do. And they fumble it, fortunately for the Storm. Battle behind the net as Griffin now comes away with it briefly. Now he tried to get it up to Colin Moose, but still stuck along the boards. Oh, centering pass, but that's knocked away. Now here's Beck with it. Beck's going to skate it up. Beck skates it into the zone. Looking for Colin. This goes behind the net. There's Colin with it. Colin gets it knocked away, but comes to Mahtomedi. Oh, and now they got a breakaway as the Storm let that guy get behind you as we get burned again with. So that'll now make it 3-1. Another mistake cost the Storm a goal here. They were looking good coming out of the gate in the third period, but that's a deflating move there when you give up a goal like that. There's a broken stick. $350 for someone as Mahtomedi player broke a stick on that one. And another fumbled puck in the defensive zone that rather dangerously hung out in front of the net. Here's Colin Moose. Colin's able to skate away with it. Comes to Beck. Beck comes into the zone. Tied up along the boards. Colin Moose comes in and wrestles it away. Kept in by Beck. Here's Archie. Now, nice job by Cam to poke that one away. He sends it back into the zone where Tyson chases. Trying to wrestle it away. Comes into the corner now. Here is Cam with it. Cam's able to get it out of the zone. Comes to Otto. Otto skates it across. Storm able to stay on sides. Kept in by James Meyer. With a 2-on-1. That one poked away. It's going to be an ice on Mahtomedi. So offensive zone face-off for the Storm with 9:03 left in this game. Here's Will Marsh on the face-off. Will chases it down. Kept in by Beck. Now knocked out of there. Shot at George, but easy save by George as he smothers that one. sends one out into the crease. Or into the slot, I mean, and able to. Storm did a good job to poke that one away now. Mahtomedi comes back, another block shot by the Storm. Out to the point. There's a shot. Oh, that one pops up in the air. And sat out there in the right in front of George for a bit. Now this one comes all the way down. Goalie plays it. Tyson with it, tries to get a pass away, but can't do it. Now, loose puck picked up by Griffin. Griffin tries to skate it up, tries to pass it, but then loses. Now Colin Moose goes down, and that one. Griffin says, well, I'll just take a shot then, and sends it through. Now this one's kept in, actually pops out of play, so we'll have a face-off in the Storm offensive zone here. Kept in by Colin Moose. He chips it into the corner, chases it down. Nice job by James to poke that one away as Mahtomedi was trying to get another stretch pass in there. Tyson wrestles this away. And that one comes out of his zone. Mahtomedi will have to regroup. Now Archie picks up the loose puck and just dumps it in as he needs to go off for a change. Now Ben Score with the puck. Mahtomedi wrestles it away. Oh, that one comes right through, but fortunately for the Storm. Now, how is that not a trip? You have got to be kidding me. Backhand shot by Mahtomedi on this block. Now Cam picks this out of the corner. He's going to send it all the way down. That's going to be icing on the Storm. So Fawn. Now Jackson kicks it ahead to George. George comes across, sends it over. Oh, he tried to get it to Jackson, but Mahtomedi player there to poke it away. This one's kept in by Griffin. And Mahtomedi breaks it out. And there's a shot that George gets the pad on and covers. There's Tyson on the faceoff. He kicks it back to the corner where Cam gets it. Now Cam up to Colin Moose. Colin can't get it out of the zone though, as it gets knocked back in. And kept in. That one's fired up into the air, goes into the corner. Tyson. Here's an outlet to Colin Moose. Colin over to Tyson. Tyson fires one. That's just wide of the net. James is going to send one in. Oh, and another shot by Tyson, but saved by Mahtomedi. And that should be an ice. It is. So offensive zone faceoff for the Storm with 4:12 left in this one. Storm trying to get a goal to bring it within one. They could really use a break right here. Beck sends this around now, out splits to Otto. Here's Otto skating it in. Otto's going to just send it into the corner. Colin comes over to get it. Now Ben Score in the corner. Now this one sent all the way down. That should be an ice again, and it is. So 3:16 left in this one. As Will Marsh, George Lego, and Jackson Gaston come in. Now this one's kept in. Now here's Will Marsh with it. Will tries to get it ahead to Jackson. Now Will Marsh, whoa, Will goes off of a post. Now this one sent back in by George. This one comes out of there, but James controls. Cam sends it back in. And the Storm are offside, so we'll face off just outside the Storm offensive zone. Running out of time here, 2:40 left. See if Coach Dake is going to pull the goalie here. And Mahtomedi controls and that one's sent in, but now comes out of the zone as Archie knocks it out. Here's Beck with it. Beck skates it in. Look up, Beck. .152 here. This one's sent around. Storm trying to break it out here, see if they can get something going. And Archie whacks at it, but can't get it out of the zone. Now Colin does get it out, but it's stuck along the boards. Mahtomedi comes away with it. There's a shot that is deflected up into the netting. So 1:14 left here. 3-1 Mahtomedi. Colin on the faceoff sends it into the corner. Now Storm get a breakout. Cross ice pass over to Ben Score. Ben skates it into the corner. Now Ben Score. Ben sends it back, comes to Colin. Colin in the corner. Oh, he gets it, tries to get it across the Otto, but knocked away. Back now, here's Mahtomedi with an opportunity, but nice job by... How can you not call that? Unbelievable. 22 seconds left in this one. Nice save by George. And this one's set all the way down. That one's going to be on net. So no icing call. And that'll do it. So Storm go down 3-1 in this one, but played very, very well. Much better than last night. And hopefully they can take that momentum into the game tomorrow against Wayzata Blue. That game will be at 6:45 tomorrow from Northeast